Groning, left side wing, back-to-back threes, got it! Groning with back-to-back triples herself. She's got 6 points, and it's to a 9-point lead again.
Winter is here, and while the Bear is heading indoors, it certainly isn't going to hibernate. It's basketball season, and the gyms of Caribou County are heating up for this season's road to the playoffs.
Taken by Smith. Casey brings the ball forward, passes up ahead, backdoor pass to Lexi White, back to Smith who puts it up and in.
Whether it's the Soda Springs Cardinals, the Grace Grizzlies, or the North Gem Cowgirls, there is room for all in this Bears winter wonderland.
Stoddard outside, pump fakes on the three, feeds it to Christensen, wide open, splashes it home. Kyrie Christensen with a big three.
So come on in out of the cold and get yourself ready for Caribou County basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Yamauchi with the basketball, fires it underneath, it's going to be White, reverse layup, and the Cardinals take a 1-point lead on Alexa White's 4th point of the game.
Local sports on KBRV 800 The Bear are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting.
To Shea Donaldson, open for three, splash it down. Shea Donaldson cuts the lead down to 1 with her first basket of the night.
We are 20 minutes away from tonight's opening tip, so let's head courtside with the voice of Caribou County Sports, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, now to the home of the Parma Panthers. We have about 18 and a half minutes on the clock until the start of tonight's contest this morning's contest, I should say, not tonight, as it is an early go-around for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals taking on the Caldwell Cougars in the semifinals of the Parma Holiday Invitational. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to get you primed and ready for tonight's contest this morning's, I'm going to have a lot of trouble with that one, this morning's contest between these two squads here in Parma, Idaho. All coming up on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329. Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online where you can watch live video streaming of tonight's game at mylocalradio.com. We had some technical issues this morning. That has all been solved. A big thanks to the people back at the station and back in Soda Springs and Evanston, both of those areas, for helping to get things onto the air and get things set up for tonight's broadcast as we are good to go. 15 and a half minutes or so until the start of tonight's contest, and with that we'll take a look at our standout student for this week. As for this game, we had a chance to sit down with another Cardinal in Isis Rodriguez, as she is a senior at Soda Springs High School, and we had a chance to talk with her about how her senior year has been going and what she's expecting from her senior year. This is all brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. We'll be back with Isis Rodriguez after this word from our sponsor.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Welcome back out to Parma. That, of course, a word from Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. They can take care of all your electric motors and pump needs. Go ahead and give them a call at 208-547-4477 or swing by and take a quick chat at 198 North Hooper in Soda Springs. Time now for an interview with Isis Rodriguez here on KBR V800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Bergraff here with senior Isis Rodriguez from Soda Springs High School. And Isis, how's the school year been going for you so far for your senior year?
It's been going pretty good. This is my first year going to this school, so it's interesting and I really like it.
What's the transition been like from coming to a new school to coming to this school? Has it been a pretty smooth one, or have there been some bumps along the way?
It's pretty hard because it's my senior year, so I wanted to spend it with all my classmates that I really did get along with, and coming here it's hard to fit the adjustment and everything, but so far it's pretty good.
What are some of the classes you're taking this year, and which ones have been some of your favorites to go through?
I'm taking just, regular senior classes like government, econ, and math and English, and math is like the toughest one for me, I would have to say.
When you think about ones that you enjoy, what's your favorite subject to go into school and study, and which one really brings the most out of you?
Probably stuff that had to do with like medical classes and stuff.
Have you met any teachers that have really helped you along in becoming a new student here at Soda Springs?
Mrs. Collins, she's amazing. She helps me with a lot of things, and she's just a really great teacher.
What do you look for in a teacher when it comes to trying to get the most out of a classroom experience? What makes a good teacher in your opinion?
One that can really interact with their students and, relate to them, just like any kind of basis. And
there's plenty of clubs and stuff around here at Soda Springs High School to get involved in. Are you involved in any of them right now? Any extracurricular stuff that you've helped out with or jumped into?
No, I wish I have, though.
Anything that really caught your eye that you specifically wish you had gotten into or might get into in your second semester?
Well, I really wanted to get into student council, but that's kind of like too late now.
So I'm assuming government's something that you're also interested in, if that's something that you wanted to get involved in.
A little bit. I mean, it seems pretty interesting.
What about outside of school? Are there any things that you like to do for fun, things that are around Soda Springs that really get the blood flowing, keep things fun?
Nope, just work.
Where do you work at?
We own a restaurant, the Gonzalez restaurant.
So you're a senior. You're looking at what's next for after high school, and you said there's a couple colleges you're looking at possibly getting into to go into neonatal nursing. First of all, for people who don't know what that is, what does that entail?
It's a nurse that after the baby is born, she or he will make sure that the baby's okay and checks like the baby's vital signs and just to make sure that everything's okay and no defects, like with the birthing process. You
told me about two of the colleges that you were think about going to in Boise State or ISU. What made you choose those two? Was it just they're close to home, in state, or were there specific things about the programs there? Well,
it is kind of close to home, but not too far away, and I heard that they do have really good nursing programs, so I'm debating between one of those two.
One final question. This one might be a little bit tougher for you just because you haven't spent a lot of time at Soda, but in your time here, what was enjoyable about Soda Springs High School? What makes you enjoy coming to school here each day?
What motivates me to come to school is just knowing the fact that this is my senior year and I'll be done really soon and I can finally go to college and, start my career and finally be done.
Well, Isis, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk with us, and congratulations, you're a standout student for this week.
Thank you.
That was senior Isis Rodriguez from Soda Springs High School, as she is working towards graduating at the end of this year, a transfer into the school, and it was a good time sitting down and chatting with her about how her senior year has been going. That interview brought to you, of course, by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. And we have about 10.5 minutes until the start of tonight's contest. We're going to take a break. We did have an interview with Coach Will Rogers, but we had some technical issues with that interview as well. So unfortunately, we are not going to be able to play it, but we can talk a little bit about what we're going to be able to see from Caldwell and the Cougars on the other side of this break. You're listening to KBR V800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out here to the home of the Parma Panthers and the Parma Holiday Invitational. The Soda Springs Cardinals getting set to take on Caldwell and the Cougars. Both of these teams are having fairly successful years. For Caldwell and the Cougars, it has been an 8-2 season so far, being led onto the table by Coach Will Rogers as he is trying to lead his 4A squad towards the state championships. And you were talking earlier yesterday, and of course we had the interview with him yesterday, that this is a team that he has high hopes for as far as the season is concerned, and is really expecting them to put forward a very good effort in tonight's game. And he has a couple of players he's really expecting big things from, including Lisette Sands, who is a 5'3" senior, wears the number 15, one of the shorter players on the court out there today. In fact, the only one that's going to be shorter than her are Alexa White for the Cardinals, who's 5'2", as well as 5'2" junior Maribel Garcia, who is not in the starting lineup, the only one of these shorter players who's not in the starting lineup for either of these two teams. So a lot of interesting storylines coming into this one. The big one, Caldwell and the Cougars, their only two losses on the season so far with that 8-2 record have come to Emmett and the Huskies. And the Cardinals yesterday were able to take down Emmett and the Huskies and were able to build a pretty substantial lead on the Huskies in the early first half of that one before watching the Huskies come charging back to make that a 45-42 win for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. With that said, Caldwell in their first game of this tournament had a fairly easy go of it, going against the Marsing team that I think you could really say is in the middle of a rebuilding project, having 5 freshmen in their starting lineup as the varsity squad was beaten 50-17. A running clock was started over in the other gym while the Soda Springs girls were playing here against Emmett. So Caldwell got a fairly easy test. That's the one curiosity in this game, is with them being able to rest some of their players a little bit, will that be an advantage for them moving forward? We'll find out as we continue on here. The 8-2 Caldwell Cougars getting set to take on the Soda Springs Lady Cards here on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Invitational Tournament. We're about 4 minutes away from the opening tip. Time now for us to jump into our final interview. Taylor Myers had a chance to sit down and talk with us on our pregame show. The sophomore talked about what she's expecting from the Cardinals this year.
Kayla Burgraff here with Taylor Myers from the Soda Springs girls basketball team. And Taylor, good start for you guys to open up the Parma basketball tournament, a 45-42 win against Emmett in your opening game. What were your thoughts on the way the game played out?
I think that at the first of the game we did really good, and at the second half of the game we didn't do as good as we did the first, but we still pulled through with a win.
When you guys can tough out a victory like that, does that make you feel good about the way this team can play, that you're still able to win games even when you're not at your best the entire game?
Yes, I think that that's a good thing that we can still pull out with a win even if we don't play our best that game.
You guys had a couple of good performances from some of the players you don't normally see step up. Kirsten Rasmussen was one of the big ones. She had a huge game down low in the post, also coming up with a huge game where some of your guards on the outside play. And you also had a couple of really big rebounds towards the end. When you see that many different girls stepping up in the game, what does that do for your confidence in your teammates?
I think the confidence with our teammates doing that is very big because we need to rely on each other to do it, not just a specific person to do that.
One of the other things that was a really big piece of it, in the first quarter, you guys hit a lot of free throws, at least in the first half, actually. How do you guys approach that free throw shooting in practice? Do you guys focus on that a lot during practices?
In practice, we do that a lot.
Kayla Burgraff here with Taylor Myers from the Soda Springs girls basketball team. And Taylor, now that you guys move on to the Parma tournament, does that first win take a little bit of the pressure off of you guys now that you know that you're guaranteed at least fourth place?
Yeah, I think that since we did win our first game, it did bring a little pressure off our shoulders, but we still need to work hard and finish with the wins, and I think we can do it.
Now, you weren't a part of the team that went to state last year. For you, this is your first real experience in a tournament that's like that state tournament. Does this help in getting you ready and prepared for the state tournament? Do you think this will help you out in that type of a preparation?
Yeah, I think it'll help a lot.
Now, when you guys look at your next opponent, it's going to be Caldwell. They had a pretty easy game over here, winning 50-17 in their first game. Are you scared about Caldwell, or is it one of those you don't know a lot about them and you're just going to play your game when you go out onto the court?
I'm not really scared, but I think that we can do good if we rely on our teammates to help us get through the win.
Just a couple more questions for you, and then I'll let you go. Who are some of the girls on this team that you really enjoy watching play out there on the court? Some of the girls that you look up to as leaders on this team?
I think it's with different games that shows, because I think that we're all a teammate. We're all teammates, and that we work together good.
Final question: what's the end result do you want to take away from this tournament? Win or lose, what do you hope to take from this tournament and build on for the rest of the season?
I hope and I believe that we can take first in this tournament.
Taylor, thank you so much for taking the time, and good luck to you guys as you continue on against Caldwell today.
Thanks.
That was sophomore Taylor Myers from the Soda Springs girls basketball team. And we are about 40 seconds away from the two teams taking out to the court. Soda Springs will be the home team in tonight's contest, as they will be wearing their home whites, Cardinals written across the front with black numbers, red trim around the numbers with black trim down low on the shorts. On the other side, Caldwell and the Cougars will be the road team, wearing the road blues for the Cougars with yellow and white highlights down the side of the shorts, and on top with the jerseys, yellow numbers with Cougars written across the front in yellow as well. And when we take a look at those starters for these two teams, for Caldwell and the Cougars, the 8 and 2 4A Caldwell Cougars, they're going to be led by, as I said, senior 5'3", number 15, Lisette Sains. Number 21 is going to be Jalen Callender. Number 23 is senior 5'5", Cora Anderson Banner. Number 24 is 5'9", Jasmine Martinez, and number 40 is Lita Force, a 5'10" junior. As far as the Soda Springs Cardinals are concerned, it'll be their normal starting five: Callie Groning, Alexa White, Reagan Yamauchi, Casey Smith, and Kirsten Rasmussen taking the opening tip in the center circle. She will be matching up against Jasmine Martinez, the 5'9" senior. A little bit of a skinnier body than the 5'10" Lita Force. The opening tip brought to you by the 3C Girl and Grace, one over by Caldwell. They take it up the right side. Callender floats one down low into the low block, and a quick jump shot up from Martinez puts Caldwell up 9 seconds into the game. 2-0 over Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Soda brings it back. Casey Smith lobs the pass on the near side, almost intercepted. Picked over to the right side corner. Callie Groning launches a three over everybody, and the rebound is tipped out of bounds back to Caldwell and the Cougars. 7:38 to go after a poor start for the Cardinals in the first 22 seconds, but plenty of time, obviously, for them to turn this around, and we'll be back over to the Cougars to bring this ball forward as we welcome anyone listening in on KBRV 800 The Bear. Ball brought up by Sands, the 5'3" senior, as she looks to come over to her left, crosses back to right, guarded by Callie Groning out near the top of the circle, passes the ball off to the right side where Anderson Banner takes it before moving it over once more into the hands of Martinez. Martinez swings it all the way around. Sands gets into the hands of Anderson Banner. She puts up a triple from the left wing, and a great start for the Cougars. They jump out to a 5-0 lead in the first minute of play with 7:05 to go, and the Cardinals trying to answer back as Reagan Yamauchi will bring it up herself. Walks to the left side, fingers taped on the right hand between the pinky and the ring finger as she walks it back over towards her right. Guarded on the outside by Jalen Callender, gives off to Callie Groning up the top of the key before moving it to Alexa White. Cardinals working left to right on your radio dial and video screen. Casey Smith takes it, bumped on the play by Lisette Sands as Smith hit the deck and bumped her hip against the hardwood, and it's going to be a chance for the Cardinals to inbound after the first team foul is picked up by Caldwell and the Cougars. Sands, the senior captain, moving it into the hands of the Cardinals. Ball lobbed in. It'll be Alexa White taking it, giving off to Callie Groning near the top of the key. Groning walks it to her right. Pulled outside is going to be Anderson Boehner, as she is going to be hounding, that's actually Jasmine Martinez who's hounding Groning, who's going to cross it back over to her left and clear some space for her at the top of the key. 6:26 to go. Cardinals slowing down the pace as Groning's going to move it back over to Rasmussen and get it back to reset the offense. Plays being called out, and the Cardinals coaching staff trying to get the girls into the position that they want them in. As the ball's passed over to the right side, Alexa White takes it for a moment, holds it over on the right side wing, lobs underneath. Groning finding herself wide open, then blowing the layup, gets her own rebound, takes a step, lots another one up. That's no good. This rebound's going to be tracked down by Casey Smith, left side wing. Reagan Yamauchi can't get a shot to go, and another offensive rebound, this time for Rasmussen. They pass it down low, backside pass. Groning gets over to Casey Smith, high into the air, and Casey finally finishes off the play. Cardinals getting 3 offensive rebounds to do it, as that might be one of the places where they rarely have an advantage, but they do today. 5-2 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Ball brought forward by Caldwell and the Cougars and dribbled out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals as Yamauchi is able to force that one out of bounds on the baseline. Cougars will be inbounding from underneath the basket. Cora Anderson Boehner, lobs this one deep, and it'll be taken there by Callender. She goes to the left side, back to Boehner, back to Callender, top of the key. White socks, black shoes, blue jersey, gives off now again to Boehner, who's going to spin into the lane, steps through, fights a pass underneath, is taken on the baseline, then kicked out to the left side corner. Martinez for three, can't get it to go. Rebound's going to be tracked down by the Cardinals, and Casey Smith keeps it from going out of bounds and gets it up ahead to Callie Groning. She fires it right up ahead to Yamauchi. Right side, Reagan drives in, loses the ball, and sends this one back to Caldwell. They'll bring it forward. The Cougars trying to cut into the lane. Left side, Sands tries to drive to the hoop. A blocking foul is going to be called on the floor. And they are going to count the basket, They will reverse that call, so Sands is going to get the continuation and will head to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws as the first foul goes on the Cardinals in this contest. First free throw and the only free throw up, no good. Rebounded by Alexa White, and she'll bring it forward, taking the point for the Cardinals. Crosses to the left side, passes this one back to Yamauchi, who takes a couple steps forward, top of the key. Reagan looks to her left, skips a pass over to Smith, open left side corner for three, in motion, count the triple. Casey Smith with all 5 points for the Cardinals. They're back within two, 7-5 with 5:01 to go first quarter. Lob pass popped up into the air. Cardinals force a turnover of their own as Caldwell gives it back to Soda Springs, trying to lob it down low underneath the post where Lita Force was open. Reagan Yamauchi with a three ball of her own from the left side corner, no good, and rebound on the backside by Anderson Banner. Bauer brings it forward, walks to her left, directs a little bit of traffic, tells points for Sands to go underneath, gets away with the travel, Force, and now they're going to call the travel underneath on Lita Force. So Force will give another turnover, this time to Caldwell, their second, and the Cardinals will take it over and a chance to come and tie the game up or possibly take the lead, trailing 5-7 midway through the first quarter, 4:37 to go on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard, and Reagan Yamauchi will bring it forward. The freshman to the left side of the court is going to be guarded out there by Callender. Lob pass, right side elbow. Groning holds it above her head, finds Casey Smith, top of the key for three! Back-to-back triples for Casey Smith. She's got 8 points. The Cardinals have 8 points, and it's a 1-point advantage for Soda Springs. Caldwell passes it through the Soda defense, over to the left side, shot blocked up into the air. Desiree Hernandez trying to get one through, and it's popped up into the air. I believe Callie Groning the one over in order to get a fingertip on it. And a substitution checks in as Kat McCullough will check in for the first time for Soda Springs, and taking a seat is Alexa White. Ball to be inbounded now. Lob deep. Martinez gets this one back. It's going to be over to the left side. Callender launches a triple of her own. No good. Rebound's going to come on the backside to Sands. Shortest player on the court right now. She'll kick it up top of the key. Shot short by Martinez this time. And the rebound again goes to Sands as she's got back-to-back boards. Goes to the right side. Shot popped up into the air once again. And another rebound's going to be pulled down, and a jump ball will be called, as tying it up were the Cardinals, as well as Molly Daly, who's into the game for Caldwell and the Cougars. Cardinals will get the ball on the possession arrow, and it will be brought forward by Callie Groning, and Yamauchi will get the ball from her. Over to the left side again, Yamauchi brings it forward. No full court press being applied by Caldwell, as they're going to wait for the the Cardinals to bring it forward. Left side, quick jump shot put up, no good. Skips across the rim as Kirsten Rasmussen couldn't get it to go. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Kat McCullough. She loses the ball though. Cardinals keeping the full court press alive. Go to Casey Smith. She gets it to Rasmussen, who puts up a quick jumper of her own again. No good. And the Cardinals will watch as Sands pulls down her third rebound of the game. She'll push the pace up the right side, gives it up to Martinez, steps around a Cardinal defender, puts one up to the hoop, rolls across the rim, rebounded again by Martinez, and the foul is going to go against the Cardinals and Kirsten Rasmussen as she picks up her first foul. And to the free throw line will go Jasmine Martinez after getting her own offensive rebound. 5 rebounds so far for the Cougars to 6 rebounds for the Cardinals. And the first free throw up and good by Martinez ties this game at 8 points apiece. Tight game here in the first game of the day, the first semifinal of the day. The other semifinal will feature Nissa taking on Baker and the Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs with an easy win against Marsing, and then, against Payette in their opening round game on the other gym. As the ball is up and good on the second free throw, Cardinals will bring it forward. Groning breaks the press, goes left side, passes it to Casey Smith. She pump fakes, hesitates, drives in, puts the shot up. They'll call it on the floor, though. Foul goes on Molly Daly, number 12 for the Cougars. And with 3:04 to go, the second team foul on the Cougars will have the Cardinals inbounding underneath their own basket. It'll be Taylor Myers fresh into the game as she looks to inbound, gets it to Callie Groning, backside block before pulling it back to the wing. She picks up her dribble, looks for Casey Smith. Now up top, Kat McCullough takes the ball, loses her dribble, gives it off to Groning, and Callie will step top of the key. Comes back over to her right side, looks to cross to her left, skips the ball back to Casey Smith. She gives back to Groning on the left side wing. She'll cut into the lane, picks up her dribble. Groning passes it back out to Smith. She wants to drive baseline. She goes back to Groning just inside the three-point line. A stretch shot that's no good. Rebound fought for and won over by Taylor Myers in the end. Pass outside, Casey Smith gives it over to Groning, and she'll hold on to the ball for a moment to reset the offense. Pass down low. Kirsten Rasmussen, turnaround banker. It goes, and Kirsten's onto the board for the first time today. 10-9, Soda back up by 1. 2:20 to go here, first quarter of play, and Caldwell moving with the ball right to left. Pass over into the middle of the paint, over to the right side now. Martinez left open. Air ball's a three ball, ends up in Calendar's hand. She can't possess the ball though, and another jump ball is going to be called underneath the basket as Taylor Myers was able to tie it up with Calendar under the hoop, and it will remain Caldwell basketball on the inbound. A timeout's going to be taken. We'll take a timeout with them here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
Welcome back out to the home of the Caldwell Cougars, the Parma Panthers, the Parma Holiday Invitational, where the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals taking on the Caldwell Cougars in the semifinal, second round game. Ball to be inbounded by Calendar of the Cougars. Lows one underneath to Hernandez, flipped around, and going up with a shot and having it blocked away from her is Molly Daly. Ball on the ground, picked up by Kat McCullough, who gets the rebound. She lobs it up ahead to Groning, who tries to control herself, lays it up and in. Callie builds the lead for the Cardinals to 3, biggest it's been all game with 1:50 to go. Ball to the left side, Calendar flips one around to Sands, who goes to the right side wing. Now backs it up near half court, 1:42 to go. 12-9, Soda Springs on top on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard as they move the ball over to the left side wing to the Cougars. Underneath, Hernandez puts up a fadeaway jumper. Callie Groning got into her face and is going to pick up the foul, I believe, and it will send Hernandez to the line, where Desiree has yet to score so far in the game. The 5'7" senior will have a chance here, though, as Groning picks up her first foul by my count, second foul on the scoreboard, actually, now that I look at it. First free throw by Hernandez, up and no good, off the back iron. Kicks forward and rolls off the rim. And with 1:33 to go, another chance for the Cardinals to get a rebound. They'll sub in as well with a larger lineup. Jessie Belknap getting her first minutes, and Tawny Barfus will check in as well for Soda Springs. They'll add it to a bench lineup except for Reagan Yamauchi, and it's going to be Taylor Myers who boxes out well, gets the rebound, and the Cardinals will bring it forward. Yamauchi tries to drive in, picks up her dribble, gives outside to Jessie, back to Reagan, left side, 18-footer, no good. Rebound thrown back in, but it's going to be out of bounds, as they're going to say that Kat McCullough was standing on the line when she tried to throw it back in, and the Panthers will get a chance to inbound the basketball once again with 1:20 to go and the full length of the court to bring the ball forward. Full court pressure going to be applied by the Cardinals. Bounce pass to the right side. It'll be brought forward by Anderson Bauer as she crosses the timeline, kicks one up ahead to Calendar. Right side, bounce pass down low. Hernandez finds her teammate, and the reverse layup goes over the hoop by Jordan Blunt and is rebounded by Tawny Barfus, who was very quiet in yesterday's game, but gets her first rebound of the first quarter today. Under a minute to play, first quarter. Cardinals move it over to the right side, and it'll be Reagan Yamauchi with the basketball. Defense comes out to approach her. 2-3 defense being played by the Caldwell Cougars as they're trying to extend it, but also keeping players down low towards the basket, trying not to make the same mistake that Emmett made yesterday. Ball's passed to the right side. McCullough looks over to her left, holds onto her dribble, now looks underneath, uses her dribble to clear herself out a little bit away from the guard of Anderson Bauer before moving it back to Reagan Yamauchi. She uses her dribble as well. 26 seconds to go. Cardinals seem to be holding for the last shot. Barfus takes the ball, now top of the key, flips it off to Taylor Myers. Left side wing. Taylor waiting to do something. Now comes to her right, picks up her dribble, goes back over to Yamauchi. She snares the pass as it was just a little bit high, crosses to her left, 11 seconds to go. Clock continues to wind. Yamauchi trying to do some work against Andrea Waters, goes right side. Myers open for two, can't get it to go. McCullough right there for the rebound though. Her shot missed, and the buzzer will sound before Callender can get a shot off. And we head to the second quarter of play. The score sits at 12-9 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Back with more after this in quarter number 2 on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream video online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Back here at the Parma Holiday Invitational, 12-9, Soda Springs on top on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard with a 3-point advantage. Soda Springs will have the basketball as well. They break out onto the court with Tawny Barfus, Casey Smith, Reagan Yamauchi, Kat McCullough, and Jesse Belknap as Barfus takes the ball left side, gives off to Casey Smith, right side down. McCullough takes the ball on the wing before giving it back to Casey. They'll find Yamauchi down low in the lane, has a pass swatted away as she was trying to get it to Barfus. Casey gets the ball, launches a triple as no one guarding her in front. Rebound tipped up into the air high. McCullough comes down with it on the ground and bounces one out to Yamauchi, and the Cardinals will get themselves another possession on the fourth rebound by Kat. Over to the right side, Belknap puts up a deuce from 18 feet, drops it home. Jesse's onto the scoreboard, and it's a 5-point advantage for the Cardinals. 14-9, 7:18 to go here in the second quarter of play. Left side, ball is going to be passed into the corner. Hernandez skips one right side, taken there by Bauer, picks up her dribble, goes down low underneath the basket, finds another pass passed over to Callender in the right side corner. Skip pass, top of the key, taken up there by Andrea Waters before moving it to the left side where it's held on to again by Desiree Hernandez. Up top, Callender. Cardinals working around, zone defense extending slightly as they work the ball around to the left side where Hernandez comes back up top to Callender. So far, Cougars having trouble finding an inside pass into the zone. They'll try and put up a 3-ball to try and extend that zone and get the Cardinals to open up a little bit. Rebound still not possessed by anybody loose, and finally it's going to be picked up and passed out by Jordan Blunt for her first rebound. Over to the left side of the court, ball is going to be bounced to Callender, holds it on the wing before passing it up top to Waters. Waters goes right side. Bauer uses a dribble, clears it back to Callender. Down low pass, tipped out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Cougars. Belknap, I thought, might have gotten a fingertip on it, but instead she just affected it enough and was able to poke it out of the hands of Jordan Blunt. And it's a turnover back over to Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Only the fourth turnover for the Caldwell Cougars so far in the game. Cardinals only with one turnover by my count in that first quarter. Right side, Casey Smith with the ball, and a foul is going to be called on Jesse Belknap underneath, trying to get scrappy and fight with Hernandez, and it's going to end up costing her and the Cardinals a possession. Right as I talk about the turnover problems, the Cardinals get their second turnover of the game. Ball inbounded once again, and it'll be Hernandez to bring the basketball forward. Flows one up ahead. It'll be passed over to the right side. Blunt turns around, puts up a quick jumper. Barfus right there for the rebound, gets her second board of the game. And back up court will come the Cardinals. Not a ton of turnovers, but plenty of good rebounding there for both of these teams so far as Belknap takes the ball downstairs at the low block. 3-ball put up on the outside as it's going to be Casey Smith who gets the put back, but her shot no good, and Barfus gets the rebound but then turns it over on the far sideline as she got double teamed over there and struggled to get the ball out into the rest of the offense the Cardinals were presenting for. So it's a turnover to the Cougars. Still a 5-point lead for the Cardinals. 2 minutes and 15 seconds gone by, second quarter of play, and a 14-9 advantage for Soda. Up to the left side wing. Ball brought forward, and it's going to be a chance here for Martinez, who is run into by Reagan Yamauchi as she stopped, and I don't think Yamauchi expected her to stop, and Reagan gets called for the unintentional foul. 5 fouls for the Cardinals now in this game with 5:37 to go. Another chance to inbound here from the right sideline. Bauer looks to her right, now goes to her left, passes this one over to Martinez. Bounce pass down low, kick back outside where Bauer launches an air ball that's going to bounce out of bounds, and the Cardinals will get the ball back after a poor shot attempt coming from Cora Anderson Bauer. Soda will sub in as back into the game is Callie Groning onto the court. Reagan Yamauchi will get a seat for herself. And it's Casey Smith to bring the basketball forward. Walks it up across the timeline. 5:24 to go. Comes to her right. Has a screen set by Groning. Uses it, but now passes it back to Groning, who's near half court. Goes to her left. Stands on the wing. Spins back into the middle. Picks up her dribble. Goes left side. McCullough holds the ball on the left side wing before taking a dribble and giving it back to Callie Groning. She'll look back to the bench. Get some play calls from the coach as Wade standing up on the bench giving a signal. Groning tries to drive through, beats a couple of Cougars before kicking it up top to Belknap, who fires it right side. Casey Smith holds it there for a moment. Pass down low. Kat McCullough spins through, fouled on her way to the hoop. Great step through by Kat McCullough. Kept her balance and was able to get fouled. It's going to go on Andrea Waters, and it sends Kat to the line for a pair of free throws. That's only the third team foul on Caldwell and the Cougars. Officials really letting these players have some free will out there on the court and letting them play. Fifth free throw no good. Remains 14-9 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. It's the first of 2 games for the Cardinals today. The boys will be playing later on today in the winner's bracket as well. As the second free throw no good and rebounded by Anderson Bauer to bring it forward. Right side has the ball stripped away, and now they're going to call a late foul, and that'll go against the Cardinals. We'll see if it goes on Kat or Callie. Both of them were sitting there, and it's going to go on Kat McCullough for her first foul and the team's 6th. So still no free throws coming up for the Cougars on that one, but they will be inbounding the ball from the far sideline with 4 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Not a bad foul for McCullough, as it was far away from the basket, and it had a chance of getting a turnover if it was not going to be a foul. Over to the left side, Waters takes the ball in the corner, throws the ball away. It's going to be picked up by the Cardinals on the Cougars' 5th turnover of the game. Pass to the left side, and Callie Groning brings it forward. 4.5 to go here, first quarter, and Groning will center the ball near the top of the key. Right side, Kat McCullough takes the ball, looks inside, fakes a couple passes, now will feed it down low to Belknap. She has to pull herself outside, gives off to Rasmussen, left side wing, giving off to Smith. She drives down baseline, passes through the lane. Poor decision to make that pass. Picked off on the play by Jasmine Martinez, and she'll take the point to bring the ball forward. The 5'9" junior passes this ball off, gives it off to Bauer. Right side now taken by, that is Callender. Callender gives off to Hernandez, who throws the ball through some traffic, tracked down by Waters, who gives back to Callender once again. Under 4 to play. Callender spins into lane, floats one up at the hoop, fouled on the way to the basket. And I think Callie Groning is going to pick this one up, and that's going to be her 3rd foul, so she's going to head over to the bench and take a seat. Most likely, you would assume, with Alexa White getting set to check into the game for Soda Springs. First free throw coming up here for Callender, and that one is bottoms. Callender officially onto the scoreboard, makes it a 4-point game, 10-14. Soda Springs still on top on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Still looking for our shot of the game, brought to you by ANC Embroidery, in the business of making your business or team look good. Call them at 208-604-1775. The second free throw is definitely not going to be it for the Cougars. Rebound still being fought for. Alexa White finally comes up with it out on the left side, and we'll give it off to Kat McCullough, who gives it to Smith to bring it forward. White, left side from 18 feet, in motion, short off the side of the rim. Rebound again fought for. Rasmussen gets this one, kicks it outside. McCullough puts up a deuce of her own. That rolls in. Kat's got onto the board as well. She's got 4 rebounds and 2 points, and the Cardinals lead back up to 6, biggest it's been all game long. 3:20 to go. Martinez brings the ball forward, puts up a shot short off the side of the rim. Kat comes up with another rebound, 5th of the game, and up to the other side of the court, the left side, will come the Soda Springs Cardinals. White takes it in the left side corner, dribbles it back around near the top of the key, picks up her dribble, steps through, hands this ball off to Casey Smith before feeding it right side to Kat McCullough. Cardinals on offense so far in this quarter, only 4 points in a low-scoring quarter for both teams as Alexa White takes the ball over on the left side wing, gives off to Casey Smith. Belknap takes it about 10 feet from the hoop, finds White once again, open for two, airballs it, but McCullough right there for the board, reverse layup, can't get it to go, and the rebound's going to be pulled down underneath by Lita Force as McCullough could not get a reverse layup to go. 2:36 to go. Cougars, who've only scored 1 point in the quarter so far, bring the basketball forward. Pass into the lane, finds its way to Force. She tries to back her way down, puts up a shot, gets it to go. Great job using her body and forcing her way in down to the post. 2:21 to go. McCullough takes the ball, 4-point lead for the Cardinals, and McCullough lazily tries to get to the basketball. Sands drives up the court, lays it up and in. The turnover costs the Cardinals 2 points as Lisette Sands gets her 4th point of the game, and it's a 16-14 ball game now. Cardinals seeing a mini 4-0 run put up by Caldwell and the Cougars. Belknap trying to end it, puts up a high arcing shot that's no good. Rebound tipped around, back out to Force, who clears the ball to Callender to bring it the rest of the way forward. Callender passes it near side to Sands. The senior will hold it on the left side wing. Cougars, no substitutions getting set to check in, but the Cardinals do have 3 sitting down on their bench with 1:37 to go. Trap over in the corner is going to be thrown off the legs of Casey Smith as a smart heads-up play in the corner by Martinez is going to keep the ball in the hands of the blue and yellow. 1:34 to go. Caldwell set to inbound the basketball left side corner from right in front of the Soda Springs bench. Holding the ball is going to be Bauer. She looks deep, pass popped up into the air and dribbles out of bounds. And it will be Caldwell basketball again to inbound here underneath their own basket as they get themselves a little bit more space to do the inbound. It'll again be Bauer to start the action, slaps the basketball, looks deep to Martinez, who's open, puts up a jumper, foot on the line, no good. Rebound pulled down by Rasmussen underneath the hoop for her 3rd rebound of the game, and the Cardinals with 1:24 to go will bring this one forward. Yamauchi with the basketball, goes to her left, passes off to Myers, left side wing. She'll look to hand off, gives to Belknap, top of the key, comes out and gets guarded by Callender before giving off to Yamauchi, who comes back top of the key herself once again. Reagan backs herself up towards the half-court line. Callender reaching, trying to swipe the ball away. Yamauchi beats her, and it's going to force a foul as that goes on to Jalen Callender. It'll be her first foul, team's 4th, so still no foul trouble really for anybody on the Cougars side, and the Cardinals get to inbound from the far sideline. Pass set to be lobbed in. Rasmussen finds Myers, gets it back to Rasmussen, left side before skipping it right side to Ariana Finlayson, fresh into the game for the first time. Low pass down low. Belknap fouled from behind. Lita Force reaching over Belknap, who I was talking with other people up here, and the first game all season that Jesse Belknap's really had a huge size advantage on everybody, 3 inches on everybody on the court, and it was to her advantage there as Force had to reach a long ways to try and get past that basketball. Pass down low, Rasmussen puts up a turnaround jumper. Force gets the basketball, and a foul is going to be called as Ariana Finlayson strips it away and is going to have Force reaching back after she got the steal, and another foul goes on Force. Another turnover to the Cougars, and the Cardinals get to inbound with under 50 seconds to go. 49.8 seconds left in the quarter. And it will be Rasmussen to start the action for the Cardinals. They'll break open. Yamauchi gets the ball as she cuts through into the lane. Back to Rasmussen, back to Yamauchi. Left side, pass into the lane. Rasmussen has it blocked out of bounds, and she'll get the basketball back to the Cardinals to inbound. Still up by 2, 16-14 here. 42.6 seconds to go. Belknap inbounds the basketball. Myers to Belknap. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound tipped around and goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals. Finlayson could not quite corral it, and Soda Springs will go back the other side onto the defensive end. 37.6 seconds to go. Ball passed in. Sands takes the basketball, gives it to the right side. It'll be brought forward, passed up ahead. Cardinals with their hands in the passing lane, forced a turnover. 4th of the game for Caldwell, and with Reagan Yamauchi taking the point, it'll be another chance for the Cardinals to take last shot of the quarter. 22 seconds to go. Yamauchi passes left side. Taylor Myers holds it for a moment, finds Rasmussen in the middle of the lane, gives back to Belknap, up top to Taylor. 15 seconds to go. Ariana gives over to Yamauchi. She'll come back up top, and with 10 seconds to go, she'll start the play. Gives off to Taylor Myers. Over on the left side wing. Cardinals running around. Yamauchi flashes open at the elbow, puts up a quick shot, lays it up and in at the buzzer. Yamauchi with a teardrop bank shot drops it home, and the Cardinals will head to the halftime break with a 4-point advantage, 18-14 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com after these words from your sponsors, as well as Mexico Therapeutic Services.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show, brought to you by Mexico Therapeutic Services right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll be back with the first half highlights right after this.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
Welcome back out into the home of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinal, or excuse me, the Parma Holiday Invitation, where the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals right now holding on to an 18-14 lead over the Caldwell Cougars in what was a very, very physical fight out there on the court for the two teams, as it was low scoring, a lot of rebounds, not many turnovers actually, surprisingly, in this game so far, as there's only been 12 total turnovers between the two teams. 7 for Caldwell, who had 3 in the first and 4 in the second, and 5 turnovers for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. As far as the scoring goes, the first quarter, it looked like this might turn into a little bit of a high scoring affair, as the Cardinals put up 12 points. Caldwell ended up putting up another 9. After that, though, the defenses took hold, and two teams really could not find a way to get many shots up onto the board, and it ended up going to a 18-14 game at the break, which is where we sit right now with these two teams. I want to remind you, this game and every game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being, and also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities. They feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. We'll take a break, come back with more on the halftime show after this on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Holiday Invitational. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear as the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals holding an 18-14 lead over the Caldwell Lady Cougars on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning in Parma, Idaho, as it was a little bit cold this morning, but I think the teams have started to warm themselves up a little bit in the gym, particularly the rebounding side for the Cardinals, as we welcome you back into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. Quick look at the halftime numbers for these two teams. Soda Springs being led by Casey Smith, who dropped 8 points in the first quarter of play. She also pulled down 2 rebounds in that quarter to lead all scorers in this contest to this point in time. Other than that, for the Cardinals, it's been balanced scoring with 5 other players scoring, and all of them with 2 points. Callie Groning, Reagan Yamauchi, Kat McCullough, Jessie Belknap, and Kirsten Rasmussen, all with 2 points apiece. Kat McCullough has 6 rebounds so far in the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals, lead them in that category, and they have 19 rebounds in the game as one of the few times all year that they've had a height advantage on another team, and they've taken advantage of that, really pounding it down low into the post and getting themselves some good shot opportunities and rebound opportunities down low as well. On the other side for Caldwell and the Cougars, they have seen a struggle from the field as they have not yet really caught fire since their opening barrage that got them to a 7-2 lead. Since then, the Cardinals have been able to outscore them 16-7 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. They've been led by Lisette Sands, who has 4 points and 3 rebounds, Jasmine Martinez with 4 points and 1 rebound, and Cora Anderson Bauer with 3 points and 1 rebound as well. Cardinals have turned it over 5 times, and the Cougars have turned it over 7 times on their own. And that is how we get to this point, 18-14. Another break coming up on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Holiday Invitational. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear with the score sitting at 18-14 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Just got done listening to the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show, and out of the half, it'll be the Caldwell Cougars with the basketball as they work the ball around the outside of the circle. Callender tries to drive in and moves it to the right side where Bauer tries to move in herself. She'll pass it off, force, back to Bauer, top of the key, dribbles it to the right side wing before looking inside. Still looking inside. Yamauchi sticking with her, trying to find a way to get the ball away from her. She flips it off to the Callender, and Callender will pick it back over to the left side wing. Bauer goes underneath, force, can't track down the pass. It'll be out of bounds. Last touched by the Cougars, and Soda Springs will get an early turnover against Caldwell, and back up the court they can go. 7:13 to go. Chance to strike first and build their lead back up to 6. That's the biggest it's been all game long when it sat at 16-10. Straight up the court, Reagan Yamauchi takes the point, right-handed dribble, walks to the right side, skips back to her left, observes the defense that's fronting the Cardinals, and it's still that 2-3 defense that is being played by the Cougars. Right side, Yamauchi takes the basketball, holds it high above her head, skips a pass near side. Casey Smith open for 3. Get it! Count it! And rattle it home. Casey Smith gets her 11th point of the game, and the Cardinals build the lead up to 7 here on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. 21-14, 6 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Smith lights out from beyond the arc so far with 3 triples, and Caldwell throwing the ball to nobody is going to be Sands as she gives back-to-back turnovers for the Cougars now, and the Cardinals have a chance to build on their lead even more. It'll be Yamauchi to bring the ball forward for Soda Springs, as the freshman walks it up the court and walks to her left. Again, observes the defense, goes right side. Casey Smith holds the ball above her head, comes back to the left side, where it's going to be Groning giving it back to Smith. On the right side wing, Cardinals working right to left on your radio dial, giving it back to Yamauchi. She tries to drive baseline, gets cut off by Bauer, picks the ball up, floats one up to the top of the key. Right there's Groning, inside pass in motion to Kirsten Rasmussen, who has the ball sit on the hoop, can't get it to drop down, and a jump ball is going to be called as the Cardinals, as well as force of the Cougars, were tying up. Yamauchi's going to come away with the rebound as the possession arrow is in favor of Soda Springs, and with a 6:01 on the clock, 21-14, the Cardinals get to inbound. Over on the right side, ball passed up top to Groning. She looks to her right, now holds the ball down a little bit closer as Bauer is trying to affect her and float the ball out. Groning tries to drive in, steps up, puts up a short jumper off the back iron. Rebound bounced up into the air by Rasmussen, but Callender right there to possess it, and she brings it forward. Over to the right side, Sands comes over to the wing, guarded by Yamauchi. The two of them going against each other. Difference in age of 3 years between the two, though, and experience in 3 years, but it couldn't be forced off. Down low force, gives it back up top. Sands open for a moment. Yamauchi closes in and is going to be called for a reaching foul. That's going to end up being her second foul, and the first team foul on the Cardinals in the first 2.5 minutes of this game. Officials, as I've said before, really letting the girls play so far in this contest and have not really been too picky on when their foul calls are going to be called. Right side, Bauer puts up a quick 3-ball. That rattles home. Answering back, Cora Anderson Bauer with her second triple of the game rattled it down, and the lead trimmed back down to 4, 21-17, and Reagan Yamauchi will bring it forward. She comes to her left, stutter steps, pulls off a little bit before flipping it back to Alexa White, who brings it to her right side. She'll bring it all the way around. Fakes the screen, picks up her dribble though, hands off to Casey Smith on the right side wing. Casey comes back over to her left, Steps back up to the top of the key, near half court, goes to right, gets a double screen. Pass up ahead to Rasmussen in motion. Too strong on the layup, though. Lita Force able to pull it down. Beautiful play there. Just not poor execution on the finish. Right side, Sands drives in, puts a pass through into the paint. Blocked out of bounds by Kirsten Rasmussen. And the Cardinals defense holds on that possession with another one coming up for Caldwell and the Cougars. 4 minutes and 43 to go here. Third quarter of play. 4-point advantage for the Cardinals on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. As the pass lofted through and goes through the hands of Callender. Another turnover by Caldwell. That's their 10th of the game. Third of the quarter already with only 3.5 minutes gone by. And the Cardinals get to inbound once again. Groning set to pass this one in, finds Yamauchi, who comes over and has it swatted out of her hands, and it will remain Cardinals basketball as the Cougars starting to play a little bit of a full court press against Soda Springs. We'll see how the Cardinals adjust to it this time. They struggled with it in their last game against Emmett and the Huskies, as the Huskies were able to really make a comeback in the second half due to that full court pressure. The Cardinals break the press easily this time. It'll be Groning to her left, now walks it back over to her right. Screen set up at the top of the key is it's going to be Rasmussen who sets the screen right side. Three ball comes from Casey Smith, a fourth triple in the game. Casey's on fire. She's got 14 points, and the Cardinals lead by 7 once again, 24-17. Ball brought up by Callender, almost batted away by Yamauchi. Reagan still handing Callender as she brings it forward. Looks to her left, now goes back to her left, and it's going to be handed off to Bauer. Drives in the lane all the way to the hoop. Too strong on the layup attempt. Groning pulls down the rebound, almost throws it away. Casey Smith fighting for it, dribbles out of bounds and stays with the Cardinals. Great effort being shown there by both teams as Sands diving for it alongside Casey Smith. And again, the Cougars move into full court pressure. Cardinals inbound. It'll be stolen away, though. Sands lobs this one in. Several Cardinals hit the deck. Several players hit the deck. Kirsten Rasmussen comes up, grabbing her left shoulder for a moment, gets back into the action as Sands drops up a teardrop from the right side wing to cut it to a 5-point game, 24-19. It'll be Groning again with the ball, beats the full court pressure, straight up the court, near side. Casey Smith tries to cross over, loses her dribble, and it'll be a turnover off the Cardinals and back over to Caldwell and the Cougars. Second turnover of this quarter for Soda Springs with 3 minutes and 33 to go. Ball inbounded. Cardinals with their full court pressure being applied as they're going to front, and Bauer brings it forward. Lofts one up ahead. Pass back to Callender. Throws one through the lane. Martinez has to come out of the lane to pick up the basketball. Recovers onto the right side wing, before bouncing it to Sands. Sands holds the ball high above her head. Looks over to her left. Has the ball. Loses the ball for a moment. Gets it back before going to her left to the top of the key. Bounce pass to the left side. Callender takes it there. Skips it over to the left side even further towards the corner before Martinez takes it. Low side block. Fouled on the way up. I think they're going to get Kirsten Rasmussen for this one from behind. And it will send Jasmine Martinez to the line where she is 2 for 2 on her previous attempts. So Rasmussen gets the foul. That'll be her second team foul on the Cardinals. 3 minutes left to go here. Third quarter of play. And Martinez stepping to the line. First free throw by Martinez, up and bottoms. Nothing but net on the way through. The Cardinals will make some substitutions as Callie Groning and Casey Smith will check out of the game. Into the game, Taylor Myers as well as Kat McCullough. 3 minutes to go and one more coming up, 24-20. And Martinez puts up the second free throw. That one good as well. She's got 6 points in the game now, tied for the lead in all scorers with the Cougars as the Cardinals to bring it forward, and the foul is going to be called on Callender on the far side as Yamauchi ended up running right into her, and Callender couldn't get out of the way quickly enough, and it gives it back to the Cardinals to inbound once again. First team foul on the Cougars in this third quarter, second on Callender. Ball inbounded. Kat McCullough takes it up the right side. She's going to hesitate on her dribble. Now crosses the timeline to her left. Catches a screen from Myers before going back to her right. Spins. Gives off to Yamauchi, who has to track it down. Loses the ball. Sands picks up the turnover. That's going to be the third on the Cardinals as Sands drives in. Has her shot blocked away. Rebound goes out of bounds, and the Cardinals get possession. They get a little bit lucky there as some sloppy ball handling has been played by Soda Springs so far. And Casey Smith will check back into the game as Alexa White will take a seat. Smith has been one of the outstanding players for the Cardinals so far this season. A breakout season really for her, as she has 14 points this game, is really after a slow start had a very, very strong finish. It'll be Yamauchi to bring the ball forward, steps into the lane, looks to her left, now puts up a little turnaround fadeaway, can't get it to go. Rebound underneath though by Kirsten Rasmussen, who puts up the offensive board. She's got 4 points and 4 rebounds. Cardinals back up by 5, 26-21. 2:21 to go, left in the third quarter. Sands brings it up for Caldwell and the Cougars. Walks to her left, crosses back to her right, spins back to her left. Now looks back to her right once again. Tries to cross over Kat McCullough. Kat stays with her and forces her to pass the ball off as Callender now bounces it back to Sands. Open, top of the key for 3. Buckets. Nothing but net on the splashdown as Lisette Sands gets her 9th point of the game, and it's 26-24. The lead cut down to 2. Cardinals then will turn it over on their own. Casey Smith drives up the court, throws it through the hands underneath the basket of, I believe that was Taylor Myers, who couldn't track it down, and it's a turnover back to Caldwell and a 2-point game right now as the Cougars look to bring the ball forward once again. It'll be to the hands of Maribel Garcia to bring it forward. Her pass popped up into the air. It'll remain Cougars basketball, but Casey Smith affecting that and keeping the Cougars from bringing it up quickly. Martinez to inbound. As she looks over to her left, passes this one in. It'll be taken by Hernandez, who gives off to Sands, and the senior will look to bring it forward. Kat McCullough guarding her, forcing her to walk it up the court. Comes through. And to the left side, the ball bounced into the corner. Hernandez skips one at the free throw line. Callender bounces one through. Martinez blocked away by Rasmussen. Ball loose on the ground, picked up by Casey Smith for the rebound. That's her 3rd, and the Cardinals give off to Yamauchi to bring it forward. Minute 19 to go. Right side, McCullough goes down low. It's Myers. Fights up a shot. She's fouled, and she'll head to the line. Taylor Myers yet to score in the game so far, but she's going to step to the stripe. That foul is going to be the 2nd one on the Cougars in this quarter, and it goes on to Jasmine Martinez as her 1st. Minute and 15 seconds left to go. First free throw by Myers is up and short off the front of the rim. The score remains 26-24 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard with a minute and 15 left to go. Cardinals in a tight duel here with a 4A school in Caldwell, trying to get their 2nd upset of the tournament, as they weren't supposed to beat Emmett yesterday, and they're not supposed to beat Caldwell in this game. As this free throw up and good. First free throw make for the Cardinals in the game. They're 1 for 4 now, as the full court press is going to force a turnover. Throwing it away, Hernandez threw it behind Callender, and the Cardinals get the 11th turnover onto Caldwell and the Cougars with a minute and 9 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. Chance to get the lead back up to 5, maybe even 6 if they can get a bucket here. Yamauchi to the right side. Comes back to her left just to the top of the key. Goes back to the top of the key, gives off to Casey Smith. Cardinals bringing the defense forward, maybe trying to suck the defense up in order to get a backdoor pass. It's going to be a 3-ball put up again. Miss on the shot attempt, and underneath, Taylor Myers with another offensive board. She's going to head to the stripe again. Casey Smith's triple from the corner rimmed out, but Taylor Myers gets her 3rd rebound of the game and will step to the stripe. The foul is going to be called on Desiree Hernandez, and Myers at the line after making the last free throw she had. Can't knock home the first end of these 2 free throws. She'll have 1 more coming up. Ball gets bounced back to her. Looks over this free throw. That's up. Good rotation. Bottoms that one out. She's 2 for 4 at the line tonight. 28-24. Cardinals back up by 2 possessions and a 4-point advantage on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Right where we started at the beginning of this quarter. Bounce pass to the near side. It'll be taken there by Garcia. She dribbles the corner off her foot. No, they're going to say off the Cardinals and out of bounds to Caldwell and the Cougars. It was tough to see from here. It was just down in the corner. The bench is in the way, and it will remain Caldwell basketball to inbound as Callender stands with 41 seconds left and swats the basketball. Bounce pass to Garcia, right side corner. Holds the ball, trapped down low before throwing it up top to Sands. She feeds it to Hernandez, left side wing. She'll try and dribble in, passes it back up top. That's where Sands going to hold on to the ball with 30 seconds to go. Bounce pass right side. Garcia waves it through, comes top of the key, over to the corner. It's going to be Sands putting it up, blocked by Kat McCullough. Rebound's going to be saved, though, by Hernandez. And another chance as the Cougars will give it back to Sands with 15 seconds to go. She'll go to her left, stands at the top of the key, lobs a pass deep. Hernandez can't hold on to it, out of bounds, and with 10.4 seconds left, the Cardinals get another turnover, the 12th now on the Cougars, and with 10.4 to go, Cardinals looking to try and bring it up quickly. They'll lob it up ahead to Rasmussen, wide open, and the cherry pick and play works. Kirsten Rasmussen lays it up and in. Cards up by 6, 30-24. Now the Cougars try to answer back with one of their own. A late buzzer-beating attempt by Garcia is going to miss, and the Cardinals head to the fourth quarter with a 6-point advantage over Caldwell and the Cougars. Back after this with more on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Cougars to start out with the basketball at the opening of the fourth quarter, down by 6 to Soda Springs and the Cardinal. Sands will bring this one forward to the left side. Callender gets it over on the wing as she gets a pass from Sands, cut off by McCullough, drives back to her left, picks up her dribble, and travels with the basketball. An early turnover for Caldwell here once again, and Soda Springs and the Lady Cardinals ending up with a chance to build onto their lead. And again, full court pressure being applied by Caldwell and the Cougars. And we'll remind you to keep an eye out for your ANC embroidery shot of the game. Might end up having to be that long layup coming from Kirsten Rasmussen that got the Cardinals that 6-point advantage. And here's another one as Rasmussen drops home a teardrop on a pass from Casey Smith, building the lead to 8 points. Biggest it's been all game for the Cardinals. To the left side, Sands lobs a pass to the right side, to the left sideline of the court. It'll be brought forward. Martinez drives baseline, loses the ball off her foot, but it'll be out of bounds, last touched by the Cardinals, and it will remain Caldwell basketball. 7:26 to go. Coming to the near side and taking a seat is going to be Maribel Garcia. Back into the game is Hernandez. Ball to be passed in. It's going to be Bauer getting it back to Callender. Left side, Hernandez, that's Bauer putting up a triple. No good. Rebound goes back to Callender. She tries to drive around, puts up a bad fadeaway. Can't get it to go, and Taylor Myers gets her 4th rebound of the game, and Soda will bring it forward. 7:11 to go here. 32-24. Soda Springs up by 8, and the pass to the near side goes to McCullough. Back up top, Yamauchi holds onto the ball, goes to her right, spins to the wing, now backs herself up onto the wing before giving this one off. It's going to be Casey Smith for 3, short off the side of the rim. Rebound bounces into the hands of Bauer, and she'll bring it forward up the left side. Up ahead to Callender. She kicks the ball to Sands, foot on the line for 2, can't hit the bank shot. Rebound again goes to Myers. She tracks it down after having swatted out of her hands, and Soda will again get a chance to bring it forward. Casey Smith up ahead to Yamauchi to the left side wing. Reagan hesitates, drives baseline, pulls it back out, drives to the free throw line, and steps to the top of the key. Right side, it's going to be McCullough, intended on the pass by Yamauchi, picked off by Bauer, who steps all the way to the hoop, blows the layup, rebound tipped around. Yamauchi picks it up, 3-on-2 opportunity for the Cardinals, up ahead to Myers, who controls herself and lays it in. Taylor Myers gets her 4th point of the game. Soda Springs continues to build their lead. They're up by 10, 34-24 into the lane, trying to answer back. Hernandez does so, lays it up and in transition. Back to an 8-point game, 34-26. 6:02 to go. McCullough brings the ball forward, right side, tries to drive under the hoop, throws it up, and somehow from under the hoop reached back, got the layup to go. Soda Springs up by 10 with a phenomenal start, 36-26, and a timeout called by Caldwell. We'll take a break with them right now at KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Holiday Invitational Tournament. 36-26 with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left to go as the Soda Springs Cardinals up by 10 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Plenty of different opportunities for your shot of the game, brought to you by A&C Embroidery, in the business of making your business or team look good. And a couple of the different ideas for that one could end up being either the three-point baskets from Casey Smith or, again, that little cherry picker layup that you got from Kirsten Rasmussen at the end of the third quarter. Right now, though, 2 minutes gone by in the 10-point lead for the Cardinals. They got to close this one out. They had trouble with that last night as they took on the Emmett Huskies, and now Caldwell trying to have a little bit of that magic comeback in their own power as Callender tries to do that on herself. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Force from the free throw line. Can't get the shot to go on the putback, but she is fouled and will step to the free throw line for a pair. Foul goes on to Taylor Myers. That'll be her first foul of the game, third team foul for the Cardinals here in the fourth quarter. First foul of the fourth quarter for Soda Springs as Lita Force knocks home the free throw. 3 points for her now in the game to go with her 5 rebounds. A quietly good game for the big girl down low in the post. Second free throw up, that's good as well. So 2 for 2 on the trip. She's got 4 points now, 36-28. Ball passed in, and McCullough breaks the press easily. Coming back to the middle of the court, right side, Groning takes the ball on the wing, gives up top to Yamauchi once again, who will back it towards half court. Continues to back herself up before walking to her right. Catches a screen from Callie Groning. Now goes back to her left. Tries to get into the lane. Steps through. Kicks it outside. Belknap open from 18. Airballs it over the hoop. Rebound lost, and a foul's going to be called as Bauer got the board. And I believe that's going to go on to Myers again. Either that or Cat, and it will be Myers who picks up her second foul. Back-to-back fouls on the sophomore. Over to the left side, Waters with the basketball, almost throws it away, saving it is Callender. She fires it up ahead to Martinez, drives in, steps through, 2 steps to the hoop, in and out, no good. Rebound fought for underneath the basket, a foul called on the Cardinals, and it's going to go on Callie Groning. Picks up her 4th foul. 5th team foul with 5:05 to go, and the Cougars to inbound again, near side. Callender pump fakes from the corner, passes it back to Bauer, in motion, puts up a 3 short off the side of the rim. Callie Groning pulls in the rebound, that's her 3rd, and she'll pass it up ahead. Kat McCullough on the wing, picks up her dribble, looks back to Callie, now goes inside. Taylor Myers holds it over to the right side of the paint, gives off to the elbow, where it's going to be Yamauchi back in it towards center court. She'll pass it near side. Belknap holds it on the corner. Up top to Yamauchi once again. Looks inside Groning. Backing up down low in the post. And the foul's going to be called from behind as Bowers snuck up and tried to grab the ball away, but got plenty of Callie's arm on the play. It'll be the 3rd team foul on the Caldwell Cougars. 4th team foul on the Cougars. And the first one on Cora Anderson Bauer. It'll be another chance for the Cardinals to inbound. Groning takes the ball left side, puts up a triple, poor shot off the side of the rim. Rebound on the backside by Bauer. She'll bring it forward, and a double dribble called as Bauer pounds the basketball down, goes above her head, and bounces it back to the official as a turnover for Caldwell will be their 14th of the game. Really not a ton of turnovers in this game so far for either team. And the ball is going to be inbounded to Reagan Yamauchi as the clock is going to start up, as Casey Smith was trying to check in and did not get quite to the bench in time. Over to the left side, it'll be Taylor Myers down low to Callie Groning. Can't get her turnaround hook shot to go. Rebound onto the backside by Lita Force, who's going to bring the basketball up ahead to Waters. She'll go right side, picks up her dribble, bounce pass near side to Bauer. Over on the wing, cuts one underneath the hoop. Martinez turns around, puts up a quick turnaround jumper. Can't get it to go. Force gets the rebound and is fouled down low. That'll be the 6th foul on the Cardinals now. So it'll be bonus the rest of the way through. It goes on Taylor Myers once again, her 3rd. And I love the aggression Taylor has been showing so far in this game. She was our pregame interview today, and definitely a lot of bright spots for this young girl as well. A lot of youth on this Cardinals team. that you can see definitely growing throughout the season. Bauer set to inbound, 4:01 to go, halfway through the fourth quarter. 8-point lead for the Cardinals, 36-28. Ball to the near side. Bauer puts up a triple, can't get it to go. Rebound batted around before finally coming out to the side where it's going to be Martinez coming away with the basketball. That's going to be her second, 3:47 to go. Coming to the near side is going to be Sands. Now goes back to her left, cuts into the lane, kicks one out to Hernandez. She'll hold it on the wing. Drives over to her right, picks up her dribble, pass into the lane. Is going to be picked off by the Cardinals as Kat McCullough comes up with another steal, and Soda will bring it forward this time. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Belknap to the right side. Gives this one off. It'll be taken there by Smith. Gives off to McCullough over on the right side wing. Face off underneath. Belknap steps to the hoop. Fouled on her way to the basket. Lita Force unable to keep her balance as she gets called for the foul, and it sends Jessie to the line where she's got 2 points in the game so far but has yet to attempt a free throw. Soda Springs from the free throw line today is 2 for 6, so they've had a poor night at the stripe, or poor morning at the stripe, I should say. And with 3:20 to go, they'll try and change that. First free throw good by Jessie. She's got 3 points in the game now. She's been quiet, but she's had some good performance out there, really blocking up the paint and doing a good job underneath as a sophomore. She'll have one more free throw attempt coming up here. This one up and no good, off to the left side. Rebound bounces into the hands of Desiree Hernandez. Her second board to go with her 2 points. Trying to do it all on her own. Gives off to Bauer. Comes up the court, picks up her dribble, passes it back to Sands. Still not across the timeline with 3:08 to go. And finally Sands gets across. Over to the right side. Teardrop from the elbow. No good. Rebound back into McCullough's hands. She's got 7 in the game now to go with her 4 points. Gives off to Casey Smith up the left side. Casey to drive in. Pulls the ball over to the wing before going to her right and stopping up at the top of the key. Kicks up her dribble. Goes to the left side. McCullough looks inside. Fakes a pass down low to a cutting Smith before holding it again high above her head and finding Rasmussen. Kirsten turns around. Banks it in! Kirsten with a turnaround bank for her 10th point of the game, and the Cardinals build it up to a 39-28 lead. Their biggest of the game, a blocking foul called up the court as Kat McCullough comes up with her second foul. And that should be 1-and-1 free throws back to the other end for Caldwell and the Cougars. And we'll see who's shooting those free throws on the other side. I believe it's going to be either Bauer or Sands, and it looks to be Bauer stepping to the stripe. And a timeout's going to be taken first as the coach of the Caldwell Cougars in Will Rogers wants to talk things over. 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Cardinals comfortably on top by 11 over Caldwell and the Cougars. We'll keep it right here for this one, and we'll remind you that all of the games here brought to you by the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in the Nampa, Idaho Center. If you have a place to stay, I highly encourage you to check them out. It's a wonderful hotel. It's right near the interstate, so you don't necessarily have to take a lot of time getting back to anywhere. It's just outside of Boise, so you don't deal with the hustle and bustle of the busy area, and it's not necessarily in the middle of a bunch of other hotels, so you still get peace and quiet and not necessarily a ton of traffic coming around. So you get a great hotel stay, great staff, friendly staff every time you walk in the door, and it's a beautiful place. So if you ever get a chance to come out to this side, be sure to remember the Holiday Inn and Suites at the Nampa, Idaho Center here in the west side of Idaho. It'll be Anderson Bauer to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws. And the first one is up and good, splashing the net cords high into the air as it would drop through. 7 points now for Bauer on the night. 39-29, cuts it to a 10-point game. Second free throw is short, skips off the rim, out of bounds to the Cougars. It'll remain the blue and yellows basketball as Bauer gets set to inbound now. 2.5 to go. And an inbounds play coming up from Bauer. Lobs this one deep to Sands. Nobody comes out to guard her. Now comes near side. Bauer up for 3. Counted. She's got 4 points in the quarter, 7.5, and cuts it to a 7-point game, 39-24. Up the court, McCullough brings the basketball, and a foul's going to be whistled. That'll go on Taylor Myers as she didn't set her feet on the screen. And that is going to be a turnover by Soda Springs and the Cardinals and gives Caldwell a chance to really cut into this lead. Taylor picks up her 4th foul. Taylor was shuffling her feet a little bit, but it was a little bit out of control on Callender coming up as well, so a little bit of a 50-50 call, maybe a better no call than anything. Ball passed up to Sands, 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Cardinals holding on to that 7-point lead as Caldwell trying to cut this gap down and get a win here and move into the championship game. Winner moves on, and the loser will end up dropping out. As a shot put up from the near side, Hernandez can't get it. Casey Smith comes up with the board, brought forward, and Casey will hold up near the half-court line. Looks to her right, now hesitates, stutter steps, kicks it to the near side, taken there by Myers, who will dribble it over to her right. Hands this one off to Rasmussen, stands by the top of the key, air half court, over to the left side. McCullough open, drives in at the free throw line, kicks it to the right side with Casey Smith. Cardinals really just trying to milk some clock down, it looks like, as Smith, fancy dribbling moves in order to keep the ball in her possession, goes behind the back, and a foul is going to be called. No, a timeout called by the Soda Springs Cardinals. We'll take a timeout right with them. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
Back here at the home of the the Parma Panthers and their holiday tournament. 39-32, Soda Springs with a 7-point lead with 1:37 left to go here in the game. And a tight contest between these two teams all the way through. Soda has led by as many as 11, but that has not happened till recently. And Caldwell has never really seemed or felt like they've been completely out of this game. 39-32, Cardinals with the basketball to inbound from the far sideline. It'll be Kat McCullough to do the inbounding for Soda on the right sideline. Working right to left on your radio dial. Kat holds the ball up above her head, looks deep, now passes it short, and it's going to go and be picked off by Callender. She lines this one up. The third turnover by Caldwell, and now coming up the court, a foul is going to go on Kat McCullough, and that's going to allow Caldwell to try and score with the clock turned off. Kat picks up her third foul, sending Callender to the free throw line for 1-1, and as soon as the foul was called, held her hands above her head going, what? I didn't think I did it. 1:32 to go. And Callender puts it up and gets that one to rattle its way home. She's 2 for 3 now at the stripe, cuts it to a 6-point game. 39-33 with 1:32 to go. Callender once again with the basketball. Puts this one up, right-handed shooter, and splashes that one through well as the Cougars move to 5 for 6 shooting here in this fourth quarter. And overall in the second half, they've been 7 for 8. And in the game overall, they've been 10 for 13. Take a break here. Full timeout called by the Cougars. It's a 5-point ball game, 39-34 with 1:32 to go here. Caldwell trying to climb back into this game against Soda Springs and the Cardinals on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the holiday tournament over in the other gym. Emmett has taken down Marsting, so they will be playing in the Constellation Championship with Marsting moving down into the 7th and 8th place game. Here, a battle to decide who is going to be the team defending in the state or in the championship game at the Holiday Invitational. And the Soda Springs Cardinals with a good chance at doing that right now, up by 5, 1:32 to go with the basketball, but they have full court pressure being applied against them. And a chance to inbound for Reagan Yamauchi. She passed this one along the baseline, gets it to Taylor Myers, back to Yamauchi. Great inbounds play, breaks the press, and Yamauchi brings it all the way up the court to get the Cardinals a chance to run off some clock. She'll back it near half court. Reagan comes over to the near side, and a foul is going to be called as Bauer couldn't move her feet. And Reagan able to draw the contact. 16 fouls now on the Cougars, and the Cardinals will get a chance to inbound from the near side as Kirsten Rasmussen will do the inbounding. She looks to her left, comes back to her right, gets it to Kat McCullough in the backcourt, comes across half court, goes over to Myers. She'll pick it up, double teamed, tries to get through a triple team, and finally is going to be fouled with 1 minute and 16 seconds left to go. And it'll be Taylor Myers with 1-and-1 free throws coming up at the stripe. The foul is going to be called on Lisette Sands. And as I said, Myers at the line for 1-and-1. Big free throw here if she can make it to get the Cardinals a 6-point advantage. First one for Myers. Cardinals have struggled at the line so far tonight, only 3 makes, and that's going to continue as that free throw no good, but Reagan Yamauchi comes in for the offensive board, tipped it to herself from beyond the paint, and 39-34 the score remains with Cardinals with the basketball. Yamauchi to the right side, tries to go through, picks up her dribble, and calls a timeout near half court on the far sideline. 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go. A chess match between the two squads here. Cardinals right now leading by 5. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
The first game of the boys semifinals getting set to take place as the Weiser Wolverines and the Emmett Huskies have come out onto the court and are getting ready. But for right now, it is still the girls' first semifinal matchup. Soda Springs with a 39-34 lead against the Caldwell Cougars. And the Cardinals with the basketball with just over a minute left to play, trying to close this game out. It'll be Kirsten Rasmussen to start the action near the half-court line on the far side of the court, working right to left on your radio dial are the Cardinals as they'll break out of their middle cluster. Inbounds play is going to be picked up by Kirsten Rasmussen. Up ahead, Kat McCullough takes the ball in the corner, gets trapped, and finally is going to be fouled on the far sideline. Hernandez picks this one up, and it will be her second foul, team's 8th foul, and sends Kat to the line where she is 0 for 2 at the stripe. Does have 4 points in the game so far to go with her 7 rebounds. 57.4 seconds left to go. 1-and-1 free throws, front end up and good. Nerve-wracking free throws time, and if you have any nails, I don't know how much are going to be left by the end of this game. 40-34, Cardinals up by 6. One more coming up for Kat. The righty shoots this one up, and that's good as well. 2 for 2 on the trip. Cardinals lead by 7. Up to Caldwell to bring this one forward. No fouls if you're the Cardinals is the goal. As they bring it forward, Sands, top of the key, comes to her right side. Pass this one off to Martinez, top of the key. Under 50 seconds left to go here. Ball held on to by Calendar. Skips a pass near side. Martinez comes out to get it. Flashes through the lane, puts up a shot. Turnaround, no good. Rebound goes to Hernandez. Backed out to Calendar. Another chance for the Cougars. Calendar trying to fight her way through. Finds Hernandez now top of the key. 33 seconds to go now. And the ball kicked out to Hernandez. She puts up a quick running jumper off the side of the rim. Calendar gets another rebound. She plays that one up and in as good offensive boards coming from the Cougars. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Cougars to talk things over. With 22.6 seconds left to go. Full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Back here at the home of the the Parma Panthers at the Holiday Invitational. Soda Springs clinging to a lead right now as they have a 41-36 advantage. And it'll be a chance for the Cardinals to inbound after the basket was scored. 22.6 left to go. Yamauchi passes it along the baseline. It's going to be flipped up into the air. Caldwell almost forced the turnover. Ball still on the ground. Jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow in favor of Soda Springs. Little bit of a break, and you can see Wade on the bench taking a huge sigh of relief as his team is going to get another chance to inbound. 19.5 seconds left to go. Reagan to pass this one in. You've got to get the ball inbounds first for starters, as they're going to take a timeout, and Reagan, frustrated, looks at the official when she calls it, and they're going to come back to the bench really quick once again, as it will be up to the Caldwell Cougars to talk things over. We're going to take a break here. Well, actually, no, we're going to keep this one right here as we continue to bring you coverage of this contest between the Caldwell Cougars and the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. With 41-36 your score on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. 19.5 seconds left to go in this half of play in this contest. And the Cardinals, as I've said, clinging, praying that they can hold on to that lead for the second straight time, looking for another upset. And these are the type of games that I think Coach Swanevelt wanted to get in this tournament, as this is why he schedules this tournament onto the year. You get some tough teams, you get bigger teams, and you get a tournament atmosphere with day after day of basketball to prepare yourselves for the state tournament and for those district tournaments as those move on throughout the season. 19.5 seconds left to go. Caldwell breaks the huddle. For them, it's going to be Martinez, Callender, as well as Molly Daly, Lisette Sands, and Cora Anderson-Bauer. Cardinals come back out with Myers to do the inbounding. Kat McCullough, Casey Smith, Reagan Yamauchi, and Kirsten Rasmussen on the inbounders. Or on the receivers, I should say. Ball is going to be launched deep down the court. Kirsten Rasmussen brings it over to the right side, picks up her dribble, and is going to be fouled quickly by Martinez. Great inbound strategy for the Cardinals. Martinez, like a defensive back, just put her hands up into the air, couldn't find the basketball, and Rasmussen came back forward to get it and sends herself to the line for free throws with 16.8 seconds left to go. 1-and-1 attempts. You got to think one free throw here should ice this game over. Two would win it for Soda Springs. And the first one up and good. Kirsten will earn herself another trip at the line. Official coming over and chatting things over with the table. One more free throw coming up as the official walks back out to the center court. And Rasmussen again will eye this one, puts this up, and that's good as well. She's got 12 points. And back to the Cougars will come up the court. 43-36, 15 seconds left to go. Straight into the lane. Sands going to try and get some points up. Puts up a quick teardrop. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Puts up a reverse, and that's going to go. Sands gets herself up to 11 points in the game. 4 rebounds. Cardinals to inbound. Get this one over to Kat McCullough. And the buzzer sounds as the Cardinals survive and advance. 43-38, Soda Springs moves to 2-0 in the tournament and 7-3 overall, handing Caldwell and the Cougars their second loss of the season. We'll take a break, come back with our final stat wrap-up, and get you set for the boys' game set to come after this one right here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey, America. We need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the holiday tournament here in Parma. Soda Springs survives and advances, barely escaping with a victory here as they win by a final score of 43-38 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard, as the Cardinals are going to look to try and get themselves another victory later on in this tournament, as they will be taking on the winner of the Baker Bulldogs and the Nissa squad. I cannot think of what the Nissa mascot is, but they will be taking them on later on in this holiday tournament, as that will be tomorrow, and it should be an 1 o'clock start for that game, so a little bit of time for the Cardinals to sleep in, and it is the Nissa, as I continue to look at my notes here, the Nissa Bulldogs. So no matter what, the Cardinals will be playing a Bulldog squad out there on the court tomorrow afternoon. Just a chance, will it be from Oregon or will they be from Idaho? That's your big question. And right now, if you take a look at our final stat wrap-up on this one, the Soda Springs Cardinals were led on the day again by Kirsten Rasmussen with 12 points and 4 rebounds in the second half. Also, you have to give a lot of credit to Casey Smith, 14 points and 4 rebounds as well, as she had a very strong showing in both quarters. 4 3-pointers in the game, and that's why I think we got to go with your shot of the game. Has to go to Casey Smith with any one of those 3-point baskets. Good momentum, and good for her to keep the momentum in favor of Soda Springs and the Cardinals in this one throughout a tough third quarter that was really, I think, a decider in this contest when it came down to it. Cardinals, other than them, had Reagan Yamauchi put up 2 points. Quiet game for her. Callie Groning with 2 points as well. Kat McCullough had 6 points and 7 rebounds. A big night for her. Taylor Myers to 4 points and 5 rebounds, including a couple of big free throw makes. 3 points for Jessie Belknap. And as I said, 12 for Kirsten Rasmussen. 31 total rebounds in the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 7 for 13 shooting from the field. On the other side for Caldwell, or from the free throw line, I should say. On the other side for Caldwell and the Cougars, they were led in scoring by Lisette Sands, who had 11 points and 4 rebounds. Cora Anderson-Bauer ended up with 10 points and 4 rebounds. 6 points for Jasmine Martinez. 5 points for Jalen Callender. And 4 points for Lita Force. 2 points as well for Desiree Hernandez. But overall, the Cardinals able to survive and advance, taking down an 8-2 Caldwell team, handing them their 3rd loss of the season and moving to 7-3 themselves. We'll take a break, come back with more here, and give you a look at what's coming up in the boys game later on, as well as wrap things up and send it back to regular programming at KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into our final post-game wrap-up here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. Shot of the game, by the way, I didn't think I mentioned their names. A&C Embroidery. They're in the business of making your business or team look good. Call them at 208-604-1775 in order to get yourself lined up with your best embroidery needs and screen printing needs as well. Soda Springs again comes out with a win, 43-38 on top of the Caldwell Cougars in this semifinal action. The Cardinals will be trying to defend their championship against either Baker and the Bulldogs or Nissa and the Bulldogs later on this year, and tomorrow's game, I should say, and the 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock game of the championship bracket. As for us, we're going to be back on air in just about 3 hours when Soda Springs and the Cardinal men will get to challenge and take on the as I completely blank on my bracket, they're going to challenge and take on the Parma Panthers, the host team here tonight. Parma was able to come away in their opening game with a 69-61 win over Marsing. Soda Springs, of course, a 56-22 win over the Baker JV Bulldogs in their opening game of the year. So we'll have that game coming to your way, again, starting on the air at 2 o'clock or so. Be ready to listen into that game, and we'll have it online with live video streaming as well. After that, again, tomorrow's games are still to be determined when the Cardinals will play. It'll either be an 11:30 game or it will be a 2:30 start for the Soda Springs boys basketball team when they look to try and take either third place or first place. It all depends on how they play tonight against Parma and the Panthers in their second game tonight. Again, starting at 2:30. Be sure to tune in. I'm Caleb Burgraff on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll send it back to regular programming. Thank you again for tuning in to Cardinals basketball on your home for Soda Springs Athletics. This has been your Cardinal postgame show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used to rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank our sales team as well as our office manager Kim Miller and general manager Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, final score of tonight's girls game, 43-38. Soda Springs comes away with the win. For tonight's videographer Darby Seipert, I'm Caleb Burgraff. Until next time, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.